Hey Lori, this is Drew. If you're watching this, I'm probably dead. Just kidding, I'm still here. Um, Anyways, you know how much I love you. I love you a lot. You'll see this throughout the day. I've kind of pulled a couple people that are special to you, special to me, special to us, and asked them a couple questions. And here's what they had to say. Hi, Mama. Happy wedding day. Um, I love you because you were always nice to me, and you like to snuggle. A good marriage is built on a clean home, and the house needs to always be clean in order for everyone to be happy. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking because I'm so mad. And my favorite story about Mama was one time we went to the dog park, and and I was having so much fun, and then these big dogs trampled me, and I was so scared, and I ran to my Mama, and she saved me. I love my Mama. I love Mama because she scratches my belly and she scratches my head and she feeds me. A good marriage is built on communication, so always tell somebody when you have to go outside. And my favorite story of Mama was one time she took me on an adventure into Canyon Lake, and we had a house and she had a field out there. It was a field behind the house, and she was all the way on the other side, and I saw Mama, and I loved her so much that I ran all the way over there. I love you, Mama. Happy wedding day.
Hey Lori, Drew asked me why I love you. I can tell you what I love about you, and that's because you're so sweet and loving and giving. But as far as why I love you, I don't think I need a reason to love you. I've loved you since before you were born. He also asked for some marital advice, and all I can think of is to keep your sense of humor. And you've got a great sense of humor. Maybe that's another thing I love about you. And I guess my favorite memory of you was our revenge plot against Stephanie. Remember the little girl across the street that was so mean to you? Well, I'm gonna let you go now. Love you, sweetheart.
I'm really not sure what's going to come out of my mouth. I've thought and thought and thought about what I want to say. Do I want to be sentimental? Do I want to be funny? So rather than thinking and thinking about what I'm going to say, I'm just going to say what comes to mind. So, little Lori, you have always been so smart and so sweet. And your mom, I remember when I was, living in my faraway states, talking to your mom, and she would just have nothing but, she was so proud of you, how smart you were involved in so many different things, and how good you were to other people. And I think that was probably the most important thing, the biggest thing that warmed her heart was the person that she saw was in you and saw who you were becoming. And I think that's probably one of the proudest things any mom, that's not how I want to say it, one of the qualities of a child that any mother would be so very proud to be able to brag about to people. And Drew, you've got a catch in Drew. Any guy that would let some old lady hang out with you kids in a foreign land on your mini moon, he's a catch. Besides that, he's so in love with you, and it shows. You can just, he's head over heels, and Lori, I can see it. You feel the same about him. So I have no doubt that you guys are going to live a very long, very happy, prosperous life together. And I can't wait to see any babies you decide to make, which hopefully will be a few years from now, that you kids get caught up and on your feet. But otherwise, I wish you the best, and I know you guys are going to be great together. You already are. And I love you both, and I can't wait to see you walk down that aisle, you beautiful little bride, you. Welcome to the family, Drew. There's no getting out of it now. All right, love you, kids. Bye.
Hey Lori, so Drew wanted us to compile a video together, pretty much about all the reasons why we love and appreciate you. And here's my contribution. First off, the reasons why I find you just a A+ great human being is your thoughtfulness, your selflessness, and your just genuine caring as a person. And a big example of that to me was, as you know, Drew's been colorblind his whole life, and I thought he was joking with me when he told me in high school. Then we took this like color test, and I just thought he failed horribly as a big joke. But it turns out like he wasn't joking. He's legitimately colorblind. So anyway, and then I'm sure he told you that somewhere down the line, blah blah blah. I just thought it was really cool that you bought him those glasses. That it's just like giving a deaf person, hearing again, or it's just, that was just really, really, really cool of you. And I remember him putting a post on Facebook about it, and how much he appreciated it, and that just meant a lot to me, and then that spoke volumes to your character, to me, knowing that you did that for him. So the next question is a fond memory I have of you and you and Drew, and I guess one that really comes to mind is this one time. I'm sure you remember. It was like when I was in a band, and you guys came out to this really seedy, crappy bar, like super far downtown, called the House of Creeps, which like 2 months after you guys came to that show, pretty much shut down because it had nothing going for it and it was terrible. But y'all came to my show at this like horrible place with just one room, and it's like 9 people were living in this house. But anyway, y'all came to the show, and I just remember at one point looking up and just seeing you guys like dancing and having a good time at our show. And I mean, it was, I don't know, I just remember that moment, and it was really cool to see you guys just having a really good time. The last thing, advice about marriage and just going about doing that whole thing. I guess the main advice I have for that is just don't forget to have fun, which I don't think you guys will, because every time I've seen you guys, y'all seem like y'all have a lot of fun with each other, and that's really important, because you gotta have fun, or else it gets pretty stale and lame. Which every time I've seen you guys, it seems like you guys are always having a really fun time and enjoying each other's company, and etc. etc. Anyway, I can't wait to see you guys freaking tie the knot, and I love you guys.
Hey, Lori and Drew, congratulations again on your wedding. If you're watching this, I'm sure it's the night before or coming up. So I hope that my best advice would be to soak it in. I've seen so many people who get kind of caught up in all, the day-to-day stuff of during the wedding, where are the flowers and all the details. But when you look back in 20 years, you're not going to remember the flowers, you're not going to remember the food, you're not going to remember any of that. You're going to remember the people who were there and each other, obviously. So the time that you're spending together and this extremely important and sacred promise that you are making to each other. So definitely do not lose sight of that. Just be really excited and just roll with the punches, and I know you two will have a great day. I think one of the first things that people notice about Lori is her compassion, her willingness to help people, the fact that she is nice to everyone. In 10 years, I honestly, looking back, I can't recall anything real negative she said about anybody. Like, how many people do you know that are like that? She's never mean to anybody. She doesn't talk a bunch of shit behind people's backs, and all of that. And I think that that's a great quality, especially if she wasn't doing that as a teenage girl. I think that's pretty awesome. And I think that definitely speaks to her character and her personality and how warm and kind of a person that Lori is. Lori is definitely one of the best people that I know. I feel like she's one of the most consistent people. You know what you're going to get in a good way, not a predictable way, but she's stable, she's supportive, she's there. And I know, if I needed something or something was going wrong, I know that she would be someone that I could turn to, even though she lives across the country. And when we talk, it's not, we may not talk for a while, but we pick up right where we left off. And I think that's really important in a friendship, especially a long distance friendship. And Lori, your friendship is definitely something that I have treasured for the 10 years that I've known you. I'm really blessed to have you as my friend, someone as warm-hearted and kind, as sweet, that you are. So thanks for being my friend, and thanks again for asking me to be a part of your special day. I'm so honored to be a part of your and Drew's first day of the rest of your lives. At the end of the day, you two will have each other no matter what. So to treasure that relationship and make time for that relationship, I think is extremely important. And to remember that all these people who are going to be here at your wedding are all here to support you. And if things get hard, lean on other people too. Sometimes talking it out with other people and even just hearing yourself talk out loud can be really beneficial. So just remember, we're all here for you. We're all so excited for your big day. And we are all here for you if you ever need anything, in good times and bad. And if I had a drink right now, I would cheers to you guys. Again, congratulations. I'm so excited to be a part of your day. Lori, thanks again for asking me to be a bridesmaid. Again, I am so happy for you two and wish you nothing but an extremely amazing life of just love and happiness. And I'm excited to be a part of it. We'll see you guys in Texas.
All right. So, I don't know how to start it.
Drew asked us to do this video for you, Lori, okay? And here are some questions that he wanted us to answer about you.
So, favorite thing about Lori. My favorite thing about you is that you can be like a girly girl with me and we can have our great conversations, but I think it's awesome that you are witty and know sports enough to keep up with the guys. I think that's pretty cool.
And why do you love Lori? I love you, Lori, for making Drew a better person. I know he can be a little bit cluttered at times, but now he is way less cluttered with you around. And I like the way how he always wants to strive and do better around you.
That's cute. So our key to a happy marriage?
Communication. Definitely a lot of communication. I mean, if you're not talking, it's...
Don't harbor things or get resentful. If you're upset, let the person know. And then on the opposite, if you are grateful or appreciative, let them know. And I think open communication is good.
Definitely, yeah. Don't go to bed angry also. I mean, definitely, if you're in a fight, stick it out to the end. Just come to a resolution one way or another. I mean, I think that's also a big thing.
Good job.
With continuing on communication. Greatest memory of Lori? It's actually whenever... Lori, you brought down your friend from Wisconsin, and we had a couple beers. It was me, you, Drew, I think Ferris was there, and Keith and Jeff. And
I was there.
You weren't there at that point.
Yes, I was there.
You were?
I was pregnant and I was there. And I drank water.
That is key, though. She did drink water.
I was there.
But I knew
That's
instantly
fun.
as soon as you started introducing your friends, or at least guy friends, to Drew, that, hey, I knew this was getting serious for not only Drew, but you as well.
So my greatest memory of y'all as a couple is actually at Keith's wedding. It was just one of the times that Drew had pulled you out on the dance floor. And I think there's a picture of it where you guys are leaning over.
I think that's me and Drew were leaning over.
No, there's a picture of them together dancing.
Yeah, Drew and I were dancing too. And
I'm not talking this ain't about you.
Okay, I just don't want you to get mixed up.
I'm not. Anyway, it was when y'all were out there dancing on the dance floor that I knew y'all were gonna be together, and that's my favorite memory of y'all as a couple.
Yeah. So these are a couple of the questions that Drew wanted us to answer for you, and we do wish y'all the best marriage and the best of luck.
For sure. We're excited for y'all.
Very excited. I'm glad that you found each other, and we do love you both.
Yes.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey, Lori. This is Keith speaking. Drew's reached out to all of us and asked us to talk a little bit about what it is that we love about you and what we find important about you. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I'm going to be up there talking about you and Drew for probably 5 minutes or so. With all that being said, I remember one of the first times that I met you, you showed me this really nifty trick to where you could put a straw in a bottle of beer and then you could chug it. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? I think I like this girl. So with all that being said, I love how much Drew loves you. And he talks about you about, as much as I can imagine anybody talking about anybody else. And I'm very protective of my friends. And with all that being said, just means a lot to see him care about somebody as much as he does. And I know that it's genuine, and I know it is on your part too. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm honored to be standing up there with you guys, and see you in just a little bit.
Hi, Lori. Remember we went to the pumpkin patch, and we went with Madeline and Andrea and Drew and you and me, and we went to San Antonio, and we were going to have such a good time with this beautiful pumpkin patch, or so we thought. Well, it turned out to be quite the other experience, but that's one of my favorite memories of was when we were doing stuff together. It was fun.
Hi, Lori. Why do I love you? I loved you before you were even born. But it's your drive and your determination that really makes you an outstanding person. Even with your athletic and academic achievements, it wasn't always about being better than the next guy. It was you trying to be better than you were the day before. And you've strived for that your whole entire life, and it shows in all your achievements. Also, it's your extreme passion and desire to help others. You've showed that from when you were a little baby girl, patching up all the kids in the neighborhood, running us out of Band-Aids. Funny story, little Mikey fell down outside, got a bump on his knee, wasn't bleeding or anything. You come in, get a Band-Aid. I go, Lori, why do you need all these Band-Aids? You said, Dad, I just want to make him feel better. And that is how you've been your whole life. Going on mission trips, doing Habitat for Humanity, all those things, and now being a dietitian, always helping others. And that is why I love you so much. You've even helped me through some very difficult times. What does it take to make a successful marriage? Well, I'm no expert in that field, but I think that trying not to keep score, try not to go to bed angry with each other, and always, every day, try to show each other how much you love them. Even the little things make a big difference, and actions speak louder than words. Lori, Drew, hope you have a great marriage. Love you both. Dad out.